Howdy, 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 ladies and gentlemen of M Cubed. Of course, I'm Schmook. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Yesterday was Christmas. The day got away a little bit for me. I hate to say. One, overslept a little bit. I had a lot of other stuff to get done. So we decided to push this back to today so I wasn't rushed. But yeah, we're here. We're here for the holiday special. I'm excited. The thing is, with our genre, what's up, sci-fi? Good to have you here. Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate, or just happy holidays to you. Anyway, yesterday was Christmas, you know. So we're gonna talk about some films within the comic book atmosphere that involve it. And there's not a ton, There's just not. Uh, but there's some good ones. But it's just like there's no primary film that involves it. But I mean. I'd say there's only like one for sure that I consider to be like the superhero Christmas movie, right? Uh, it's a car, and that's the funny thing. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. Uh, Batman Returns to me is probably the Christmas superhero movie. Of course, there's other ones where Christmas is in it. And then there's a show or two that heavily involves a Christmas themed episode or whatever, right? Hold on 1 second. And anyway, but yeah, I think that's the big one. We'll talk about that a little bit. We just got last year the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, which I think is a great, uh, a great like involving these superhero characters, right? Putting that Christmas element to it, right? Which is fun. I think it's nice to be like, oh, Quills from Earth, where they celebrate Christmas, right? And what does and his basically his big brother and his actual sister decide to get him a Christmas present, right? Which is Kevin Bacon, which is fun. It's fun. They like to have that big callback to, of course, Infinity War, where it's like, yeah, just like Footloose, is Kevin Bacon still, or is Footloose, is it still the greatest movie alive? Blah blah blah. And then he talks about Kevin Bacon, of course, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and Footloose, of course, right? So it's a fun thing that they decided to do to bring Kevin Bacon into the MCU as Kevin Bacon. Awesome. Overall, I think it's a very fun holiday special. It just could be one that you want to watch every year because it's just like a nice little thing. You get these Guardians characters, like the pure prime Guardians team, which is nice. Because now after Guardians 3, who knows what the team's going to look like? We have an idea at the end of that movie. Who knows if they stick with that roster? But I mean, of course, you have Rocket now leading it and not Quill. So, but yeah, the holiday special is great. That's one that I enjoy. You have the Hawkeye show, which I thought was, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It's just not it's not my favorite of the MCU TV shows, but yeah, it's nice that just like you can feel that Christmas element for sure. Where I was like kind of surprised because this came out around like 2 years ago. No Way Home was out, right? And the way that movie ends, sci-fi. Tremors kicks ass. What a great movie. There's your little Tremors uh, mention. But anyway, but yeah, with Hawkeye going on at the same time, you see the end of No Way Home, and you see Peter like swinging past Rockefeller Center, right, with the big tree, and that's where the finale of Hawkeye is. It's Christmas. No Way Home could be considered a Christmas movie. I want to consider it a Christmas movie. It's a bit of a holiday movie because it starts with like the end of Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then it's like finally Christmas. So you're at that holiday season with that movie, but it's not by no means a Christmas movie, but it has Christmas within it. You know. Uh, but again, I thought that would have been cool if you see Peter Parker swing in to help out Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. I thought that would have been pretty sweet to take on Kingpin. Come on, whatever. Uh, But then we can go to the DC side of things a little bit. We'll have another MCU project to bring up, but you also have Shazam. Shazam takes place during the holidays as well. And Shazam is a fun one. All right, like I think that's one of my favorite DCEU movies overall. I haven't seen Black Adam or Shazam 2, but I haven't heard great things about Shazam 2. But maybe I'll give it a watch one of these days. And then Black Adam, I do hear good things, but that's a different note. Uh, but again, out of the DCEU, besides the films directed by Zack Snyder, I think Shazam might be my favorite one, like the original Shazam. It's fun because it still feels like you're within that universe. Because you get like awesome like references to Man of Steel, or you see Ben Affleck's Batman's Batarang. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. What? Imagine if that was me. That'd be sick. That'd be pretty dope to be to be able to be Shazam. But we live in this regular reality. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Who knows? Um, anyway, but Shazam's fun because it's just about the idea of like finding family. Found family. Not always is your legitimate blood gonna be family to you, and that's what Shazam shows. Is that these people I found throughout my life, they're family to me, and that's a good message overall. And I think so, especially for the holiday season. It's like some people don't have their folks, or some people don't have blood relatives that they can hang out with on Christmas. Not so dope for your accountant. Yeah, you're funny. You're funny, sci-fi. Um, but again, like it's just a good message, especially for the holidays. Just you have someone, no matter what in your life, that you can count on to be with, especially during the holiday. Oh, David, what's up, my guy? It's good to have you. Good to have you. So we've been through a few of these movies and shows for the holidays, and then I think I only have two more that like really go off the top of my head. And we'll talk a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about these, like which one's your favorite, how I would rank these ones I mentioned, and then I think we'll talk about some regular Christmas films. 'Cause I love my Christmas movies, even though it's not comic adaptations. We can talk a little bit about some fun holiday classics, in my opinion. Uh, oh, okay. So after Shazam, again, I think it's a good movie for found family around the holidays, so you're not alone. So I really like Shazam. And then we have Iron Man 3, going back to the MCU. This was like, it feels like an actual Christmas project. It's not my favorite movie in the MCU, but it does hit those Christmas chords. Like it's wintertime, you have Tony land like with a kid, like his suit's messed up, but this kid's taking care of him, even though he's a rich billionaire. Uh, but it's a Shane Black movie. And most Shane Black movies involve Christmas in one way or another. So he was able to incorporate that again, of course. Anyway, but Iron Man 3 is not my favorite, but I think it has some sick action. It shows off Christmas a little bit, but not a ton. Again, none of these are like fully Christmas movies. The holiday special, the Guardians of the Galaxy one, is obviously purely like the holidays. Like they definitely went for it to be, you should watch this every year around the holidays. It's like a fun little Christmas family. You sit down with your family to watch this, and you'll have a good laugh. I wouldn't say it's like anywhere close to like watching like a Charlie Brown's Christmas or Rudolph or anything, right? But it's still it's a good fun little addition to the MCU. Next up, we're gonna have, I think, what's the purest of the purest might be a wrong term here, but Batman Returns is, to its core, in my opinion, a Christmas movie. It's that Gotham winter wonderland atmosphere. You have the Penguin. It's fun to include like all these actual penguins and stuff. So it feels like a good little holiday film that you could watch every Christmas, because it has a lot of these Christmas elements, and of course it's Batman, which is cool. And then when it comes to other TV shows, you have like the Batman animated series. You have some good Christmas episodes in there. I love there's within regular Spider-Man. You see that? Oh, where was it? It was right here. It was right here. Yeah, make sure to leave that like, baby. Leave that like. But yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man has some like good Christmas episodes too. And I said the Batman animated series, but those are some ones that popped in my mind. But yeah. So out of the ones I've mentioned, which ones do you guys think is your favorite? If you know it's like a nice snowy day, you want to get under some covers, you want to watch some flick to give you some of that holiday cheer. What are you picking? What are you picking? For me, out of all these mentioned, if you want to count No Way Home, that's a movie I'll watch no matter what. Superman's Christmas Adventure movie, is there? I don't think so. Sci-fi, maybe there is. Maybe there is, but I haven't seen it. If there is, that's cool. That's cool. But for me, on like a nice cold winter day, I might sit back and watch No Way Home. But again, I can't really count it that much. But again, you have the ending, which is very Christmassy. You have this one sequence where he's fighting Doctor Strange. He's going through malls, and you hear like Winter Wonderland, or there's some song playing that's Christmassy, right? And it's you get a little bit of that feel. But the holiday special I think is great. It's just a quick watch, but it really strikes that this is the holidays. And then of course, I mean, Batman Returns is one I usually try to watch every year. I didn't get to this year. I hate to say, I wasn't able to watch that many Christmas movies this year, but I try to watch the ones I usually enjoy to watch the most. But purely, these are like legitimate Christmas movies, right? Like, let's see, I watched The Polar Express. So we can get into this too, but I want to know which one of these comic movies are your favorite. But now I'm gonna, rattle off some good Christmas classics. Uh, Out of the ones mentioned, you would pick Spider-Man. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think Spider-Man is probably the best out of all of them. So I'll watch No Way Home over Shazam any day of the week. But I mean, again, Shazam is not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie by any means. Excuse me, guys. Had some Jack in the Box for dinner, and it's not hitting the best. Not hitting the best. I'll tell you what. That is, it's probably going to be crossed off my list of things to get. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm getting to a point where I'm getting older, and I don't think I can eat this stuff like I used to. So, sucks. But, I guess this was a little bit of a last hurrah for good old Jack in the Box. Good food. I mean, good fast food, cheap. I was able to get a large drink and 4 tacos for $3. Can't beat it. Can't beat it, but can't do it anymore. And got a little bit under the weather. I have a little bit of a scratch in my throat. But I'll be all right. I'll be all right. It's a little warm here, like that's the thing. This Christmas kind of came and went for me. I think it was fine. I mean, spent time with my family and whatnot, but it's like it was cold at one point, but then this whole Christmas week was like 50 degrees here, and I'm like, that's so warm for Christmas. Last year it snowed, and this year I don't know if we're even gonna get snow, but it's all right. With it being warm, it just doesn't make it feel like Christmas at all. So I haven't been feeling that Christmas magic at all, but it's all right. Santa still came, got some gifts, got some new shoes, which I'm very happy about. Couple jackets. But yeah, I agree, David. I think the one I would probably rewatch if I'm wanting to sit down, watch a movie. It's a nice cold day. I want some hot cocoa. I'm gonna watch Spider-Man: No Way Home. I'm gonna watch Spider-Man. One, it's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, but it just hits. It hits. And I will say, I'm trying to think. I don't know if it was. I think Into the Spider-Verse might have a hint Christmas themes in it. There might be some lights. I know it's snowy, so that hits. But again, it's not. I wouldn't call that a Christmas movie. I would barely call No Way Home a Christmas movie. Shazam, I agree, sci-fi. I do think Shazam is very underrated. And like with all the controversy of like, what was going on with Zack Snyder and like Warner Brothers, Joss Whedon, all that. Shazam came out like roughly after that, and it was just a good movie. It didn't make that much money, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Zachary Levi in the main role, at least in the first movie. I haven't seen the second one, but it was just a fun movie. So I agree. I think it's very underrated. Very underrated. Uh, I like Batman Returns. Don't get me wrong. Uh, but the thing is, with these old Tim Burton Batman movies, I don't think they're aging the best. Again, I still love Keaton as Batman. He's just not my Batman. Ben Affleck's my Batman. And then it would probably would be Christian Bale, even though like I don't love the Christian Bale stuff. I mean, I love the Nolan movies. Don't get me wrong. I just don't love his Batman overall. I just think Batman could be a little more badass. That's why I like my Ben Affleck. Um, but it was sick to see Keaton in The Flash this year. See him have some actual like good action sequences. It hit for me because I mean, again, I watched these movies with my dad when I was younger, and that like, excuse me, and it hit. Uh, Fast then. That's why those Keaton movies, the Tim Burton Batman, like they always have a little bit of a place in my heart. Because I mean, I would watch them with my old man, and like that's how it always is. Netflix released Spider-Man No Way Home extended version last week. What? Damn, that's sick. I love the extended version. The extended version, I think, so much better. Like, you just have little things. Like, you just have Happy with Matt Murdock trying to, sell. Shit, sorry, guys. Trying to settle his legal issues, right? Then you have that whole sequence of the Spider Boys hanging out, having a little chit chat. It's a little bit extended. I think that's the best part of the movie. It's just having these three guys have a conversation together. I would watch a whole movie of just that, just them sitting down at a coffee table in costume, uh, just shooting the shit about being Spider-Man. I think that'd be one of my favorite movies of all time. Like just have it be like a Hateful Eight style Spider-Man movie where they're just talking, that something breaks down. Like maybe there's a scroll among them or something. I think that'd be cool. It'd be cool. Um, that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I know you're in the UK, right, Sci-Fi? So it's like, yeah, we don't get No Way Home on Netflix. I don't think it's on any streaming service either. But they have at least it might have just went off Netflix, but they had the Raimi trilogy on Netflix. Uh, and then all the Spider-Man movies besides No Way Home are on Disney Plus, and that's fair Sci-Fi. Watching a Marvel movie on Netflix it hit for me a bit more. Like I remember just watching Spider-Man 2 at least 3 times the whole time it was on Netflix this past go through, which is probably my favorite movie of all time. Spider-Man 2 is. I'm comfortable in saying that The Incredibles and probably Batman versus Superman are my 3 favorite movies of all time. Those all shape who I am as a human being. Anyway, when it comes to regular Christmas movies, let's name some names. What to you is what to you just screams Christmas that you feel like you have to watch every single year? For me, I have a few. Christmas Vacation, like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase. Love that movie. It's just funny. It hits. I also feel. Hold on a second. Why is this being weird? Weird. I watched both of Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. Those are ones I really enjoyed watching. I watched both of those on Christmas Day. A Muppets Christmas Carol, I think, is my absolute favorite, though, David. I would agree. That's one that I will try to watch every single season. There's something about it that I'm just like, just that the story of A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens, is one of the best stories there is. Like, just like how to turn a cold heart warm again, kind of like The Grinch, but, has some great musical numbers in there. I just love that. And of course, it's the Muppets. I love the Muppets. I love my boy Kermit. Uh, love my boy Fozzie Bear. It's just the Muppets it hits home, and then like of course you have Michael Caine having one of his best performances ever within this Muppets movie as Scrooge, and he kills it. And him singing, he's got pipes on him. Michael Caine's got pipes within the Muppets Christmas Carol. Great movie. Uh, yeah, I agree, David. That was one I was definitely going to mention. I'm happy you brought it up. Of course, Die Hard. Of course, Die Hard kicks ass. That's one I try to watch every year too. Uh, to me, it's one of the best. If not the best, it's one of the best purely action movies of all time. Like you can put Predator in that mix. You can put I mean, you can put Terminator 2. I'd count Terminator 2, but again, that goes into more of like a sci-fi realm. Same with Predator, but like Die Hard just being there's some terrorists who try to steal from this big corporation, and you have one guy, one cop on at a Christmas party take down the whole show, and it's great. Die Hard is amazing. That's an interesting take, sci-fi. I do think the Amazing Spider-Man, like the first one, is very gorgeous to look at. I agree. I agree. It has some beautiful moments. Written, I have to disagree with you. I think it's a good story. Don't get me wrong. It has great moments. Uh, but I think Spider-Man 2 is clearly the best written Spider-Man movie. Just that whole idea of growing up, balancing in life, your work or your love, uh, and just not how to just don't burn yourself out. You got to have that balance. I just think that's what makes Spider-Man 2 incredible to me. But I mean, hey, it's your opinion. It's your opinion. But I do like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Like I am a defender of them because I think we've gotten way worse movie superhero genre than those, especially as of late. Like I'll watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 over Ant-Man Quantumania 10 out of 10 times. So you haven't really got a Christmas movie every year. I used to watch Miracle on 34th Street. That's a good one. Uh, yeah, but I mean, I'm with you, sci-fi. Die Hard is it's peak. It is peak. I'm gonna have to watch that before I go to bed because I wasn't able to watch that yesterday or during this or the Christmas season. Hate to say, I did not get to watch much. Oh, Jingle All the Way. Let's talk about that movie real quick. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's in my top three of like purely Christmas movies, like a Christmas Carol or the Muppets Christmas Carol, I should say. Probably the Home Alones, and then Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way. That was the first movie I watched this Christmas season. There's something about it. You know, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's in his prime. You have Sinbad when he's at the top of his career. You have Jake Lloyd from Star Wars in there as the kid who played Anakin Skywalker in A Phantom Menace. And it's kind of a superhero movie. So this kind of brings it around a little bit because it's all about Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to find his kid, this little action figure of the superhero from a TV show, or I don't know if they're movies, but uh, it gets to this end like for this parade where you have Arnold Schwarzenegger wearing this full on outfit where he has like these things he can shoot on his arm. He has a jetpack. Yeah, and it's just like it's sick. It's sick. I love that movie. I've watched it twice. I remember watching it one night. I came home drunk, and I think my girlfriend was out of town for something. I just remember watching it. I'm like, holy shit. So like that next week when she was back, I'm like, oh, we gotta watch this. We gotta watch this movie. I haven't watched it in forever. I'm just like, this movie kicked ass. But yeah, I highly recommend Jingle All the Way. If you're not feeling the Christmas mood now that Christmas is over, keep that in the back of your mind for next year. But it is on Disney Plus right now. So if you've seen a fun, good movie to watch, I recommend Jingle All the Way. Excuse me. I'll take a little drink real quick. I'm running low on my water. Terrible. You watch Lethal Weapon for a lot of your Christmas days. Yeah. Again, Shane Black goes back to us talking about Iron Man 3. Sorry if I sound nasally, guys. It just sucks. Uh, anyway, Lethal Weapon. Yeah, Shane Black usually tries to have Christmas involved in his films. I'm pretty sure Nice Guys, Christmas was kind of involved. I know Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for sure was. But yeah, Lethal Weapon. Shane Black likes his movies to be around like the Christmas season. Let's see, True Lies meets Kindergarten Cop. Shingo all the way. I kind of agree with you. Kind of agree with you. True Lies and Kindergarten Cop are two of Arnold's best movies. Also, if you've never seen either of those, give those a watch. One, True Lies is incredible. It's James Cameron. Kindergarten Cop is just it's like a fun movie where you just have this big ass man being a kindergarten teacher. I'm a preschool teacher, so it's like I understand that. I resonate with that. But he's like undercover cop, right? So you get to this whole like, oh, it's kind of a mystery. Oh, Commando's great too, sci-fi. I'm with you. I'm with you. Love me some Arnold. Love Arnold. He's in some of my favorite action movies of all time. I'm a big fan of. Trying to remember what it's called. I think it's called the Best Action Movie. That can't be right. That can't be right. Last Action Hero. That's what it's called. I'm a big fan of that. I like the idea of this kid. He gets a magic ticket. He goes into this Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and he's a part of the movie, And then like eventually they come to the real world again, and it's crazy. They'd be like, "Oh, this isn't a movie anymore. This is the real world. Like you can die." Blah blah blah. It's a good one. That's a real good one. But now this isn't an Arnold Schwarzenegger show, so but I don't know. What's some other Christmas movies you guys enjoy before I'm going to call it quits? Because we got to keep into the theme of this episode, guys. Come on now. Trying to have some ones I really like. Really like. I mean, again, like A Christmas Carol kicks ass. Hercules in New York, though. What do you mean by that? Charles Dance is incredible in that film, David. I agree. Then, of course, you have Ian McKellen as fucking Death, the Grim Reaper. It's incredible. It's incredible. Which I think is really fun because he comes out of the one movie called shit. Oh, why I brought this up. I can't remember the movie's name, but it's like it's about like a man playing chess with death for his life. He comes out of that movie, and it's Ian McKellen, which is cool. I don't know why I can't remember that movie. It's a damn good movie. It's really old too, but I don't know. I can't really think of that many other Christmas movies. I know there's so many of them. Of course, there's Charlie Brown Christmas. You have all the old classics like a Frosty the Snowman. You have Rudolph, Santa Claus Coming to Town, A Year Without a Santa Claus. Arnold's first movie is Hercules in New York. I haven't seen that movie. You highly recommend? Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never heard of it either, but all right. I'll trust your judgment. If you like it, you like it. I'm a big fan of the Santa Claus. Santa Claus. I think that's a good Christmas movie. Love Tim Allen. I think he kills it as Santa Claus. Oh, it's terrible sci-fi. I got you. Okay. Fair enough. If it's Arnold's first movie, I didn't have that many high hopes for it, but fair enough. So I think Arnold was one of those guys he had to like grow into his career, But then Terminator skyrocketed that guy. Just like Die Hard with Bruce Willis, All these guys had their movie that really shot them up, like Bruce Willis with Die Hard, Arnold with Terminator, Sylvester Stallone as Rocky. The Santa Claus is a staple Christmas movie. I think I like the first one best, but the second one, I remember watching it again this time. I watched that trilogy with my girlfriend. I remember watching the second one. I'm like, oh shit, this one's awesome. It's just fun to be like, oh, the love of your life. You only have 21 days or whatever it was just to make this girl fall in love with you and get married just to save Christmas. Great concept. Laura, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. After this, I won't be talking to you guys until after the New Year. So yeah, Happy New Year as well to all of you, and especially you, Laura. I appreciate the season's greetings. I hope everyone's gonna have a fun but safe New Year's. I know me and my friends, we're probably going to get a little crazy. Excuse me. That's why I'm not going to be having a show on the 1st because it is a Monday. Again, we'll start rolling out the being back on Mondays here in the near future. I was really hoping to yesterday, but again, Christmas Day just gets away from me. But yeah, we got any more Christmas movies in the? Ooh, let's see. What do you say, David? So these murder movies, so on the Nile or Orient Express, but they're not Xmas movies. I don't understand what you're trying to say there, David. My bad. My bad. What did I say to y'all? Oh, so ultimately, we can get back to the Christmas talk in a second, but I just wanted to like kind of lay out a little groundwork here in the near future. Look at this thing. Look at that. Like this shit, guys. Come on. No, but basically, so next Tuesday, so a week from today, I will do another stream, comic adaptations weekly. But then I'm hoping on that next Monday to be back on track. But next Tuesday, I haven't been able to do them yet, but we will be talking about what if. By then, I think all the episodes will be out, and I'm going to try to have them all watched by then. I think I'm going to watch at least a few of them tonight. Basically, what I plan on getting to after this is to watch What If and hopefully Die Hard if I have the time. But yeah, we're gonna try to talk about just What If next week, and then the week after that, we're gonna try to talk Echo because I think it'll be out by then. We'll see if I've been able to watch all of it all, but damn guys, I'm sorry. That's why I'm probably gonna have to cut this short. So okay, so sci-fi. You're a fan of what you've seen so far from What If? What I've been seeing on my timeline on X, I've been intrigued. I think one, they look better than season one's animation, and even though I don't think I'm in love with the content or like I guess I'll say content, the substance, of what these episodes are about. I don't think I'm a huge fan, but again, they look really good, so I'm gonna definitely give them a watch. I just think with What If, I think you could go a little crazier than what they're doing, but if they're making good content, I'm all for it. But anyway, hopefully, so I guess it would be the 8th of January. I'm gonna try to watch all of that go by then, but who knows? At the very least, I'm gonna watch at least the first episode and be like, okay, am I gonna watch this? Am I going to continue? And then if that's the case, then the next week we'll probably talk about all of it. But yeah, I guess that's the future roadmap for CAW over here on M Cubed. But yeah, any last little things to say, guys, before I head out, so I can watch What If, because I want to be able to talk about that for sure next week. I want to watch every single episode by then. I think they're like halfway done. Could be wrong. Pretty sure it's 8 episodes. And I think today's the 6th, and I think it started on the 22nd. So I think they have 4 episodes out. Could be wrong. But yeah. I think I'm missing one huge Christmas movie that I really love. I think that might do it then, guys. I'm blanking. But I'm very happy to have had all of you guys here to celebrate this Christmas with me. I just hope everyone had a really good one. If you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, that's all right. But I just love the Christmas season. Just being able to spend time with family, go see Christmas lights, eat some good food, watch some good flicks or TV shows. Oh yeah, sci-fi. Definitely catch up on Invincible because that should be coming back here soon too. So we're definitely going to talk that whenever that starts back up. Then in February we're gonna have the Rick Grimes show, The Ones Who Live. So I'm so excited to talk about that. So maybe we'll have a couple Walking Dead episodes before that. That might be an idea for those who love The Walking Dead. I'm excited to talk about that. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it here for me. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave comments down below to let me know what you guys want to see here on this show. All right, guys. I hope everyone had a great Christmas, a very happy and merry holiday season, and I will see y'all after the new year. Everyone stay safe, because I'm gonna try my because it's gonna get crazy. Me and my friends and girlfriend, we have an all-inclusive ticket to this one bar in downtown St. Louis. Um, it should get a little crazy because all-inclusive means all you can. So it could get a little dangerous, but we'll see. All right, guys. Love y'all. Again, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all very soon. Bye bye.